Do you feel like you're stuck or find yourself attracting the same type of relationships and negative experiences, or just not manifesting what you want in life? Welcome to Heal Your Story. I'm your host, Heidi. Here we discuss all things life, love, relationships, the relationship with yourself, and the stories we tell about ourselves and others. I help people get out of their busy heads and get back in touch with their heart space to learn self-love and help heal their story. I'm a heart space and relational coach, a holistic health practitioner, and author at HeidiDelaire.com and LoveWideOpen.com. Let's go hold some heart space together. Hey, how are you guys? Before I get into the meat of the podcast, I really want to talk about something I'm super excited about. I just started a brand new private Facebook group called the Heal Your Story community. It's really a place for sensitive souls, or folks who know they're empaths or highly sensitive people, or anyone who's just suffering from anxiety and overwhelm and low self-esteem and lack of confidence. It's a place for healing, and it's a safe container for doing so. So I'm super excited that it's out and about. I've got people in there participating already, and I'm super psyched to connect with a few more of you on a personal level. So the link to the Facebook group will be in the show notes at the end of the podcast. So welcome to episode 122. What is your attachment style in relationships? So have you ever jumped from relationship to relationship every few months, wondering why you can't find the perfect partner? Or maybe you've been left wondering why the partners you choose are always emotionally unavailable. Or if you're super aware, why you're emotionally unavailable. So what if you knew that your relationship choices and the way you attach to others has been established since you were in the womb, and then right when you came out, and then when you were young, and then we took it into adulthood? So attachment theory identifies the way you relate to and depend on others. Attachment theory also shows the patterns of how we show up in our relationships. How does the way you attach to others affect your relationships today? Although there is a lot of nuance and variability that goes into defining your individual attachment style, there are 4 general styles of attachment. One is avoidant dismissive attachment. People with this attachment style see intimacy as a loss of independence because they see dependence or needing others as a weakness. They subconsciously tend to find fault in their relationships. Avoidants want to be close, but push potential partners away as a means of protecting themselves. So you can shift your belief by sharing experiences and closeness with others that bring happiness and meaning to your life. The next attachment style is anxious, preoccupied, or ambivalent attachment. People with this attachment style crave physical and emotional closeness because they fear they're not good enough. They often worry about being betrayed or left by their partner. Being pushed away by the partner can make these people more anxious and increase their clinginess. Oh, this, I think, takes a lot. This goes in the chasing love category. I find the ambivalent, anxious, preoccupieds are the clingers in the world, that they chase after love, meaning that they chase after the wrong people for all the wrong reasons. And the way you shift this belief is to learn and believe that you are good enough. Another attachment style is secure attachment. People with this attachment style are very comfortable with intimacy. They are reliable, trustworthy, and consistent partners who know how to communicate expectations and respond to what their partner needs. Studies show secure attachment style indicates greater happiness and satisfaction in your relationships. How many times have you seen that couple that they are just completely okay? There isn't jealousy, they communicate, They are really in touch with their own and each other's needs. That is secure attachment. And the fourth type of attachment is disorganized attachment. Now, people with this attachment style are also referred to as fearful avoidant attachment. And it stems from an intense fear, often as a result of childhood trauma, neglect, or abuse. Adults with this style of insecure attachment tend to feel they don't deserve love or closeness in a relationship. And the way to shift behavior is to surround yourself with safe people who can help you come out of that shell. And they can just be platonic, safe people until you aren't so fearful. So, do you identify with any of these attachment styles? I'll just say them again. Avoidant dismissive, anxious preoccupied / ambivalent, secure attachment, or disorganized attachment. Research today shows that you are not cemented into an attachment style for life. This means that you can become aware of your underlying programming, aware of the things that happened early on in life that created your attachment style, that created the scenarios of how you attach or avoid relationship, attach to or avoid or are completely secure, right? Or are fearful. So you're not stuck here. You can make a conscious effort to have a secure attachment style. Any of these attachment styles are not set in stone. So if you are anxious, avoidant, or disorganized attachment styles, you can take steps to have more fulfilling relationships and move towards a secure attachment style with greater fulfillment in your relationships. Now, consider these steps for more fulfilling relationships. You want to understand what you need in a relationship. Make an effort to understand your needs. Learn to communicate and express them. If you are avoidant, avoid talking down about your partner. Instead, tune in to what you need from the relationship. If you are anxious, think about what you need and be able to communicate it. I know that sounds simple, and it takes practice. You want to be in tune to when your attachment system might be activated. Hello, triggers. Triggers happen often. And if you have an avoidant or anxious attachment style, you might confuse love with anxiety. Oh, you might confuse love with this weird feeling of excitement. But what excitement is not necessarily true. So I'm going to say that again. If you have an avoidant or anxious attachment style, you might confuse love with anxiety. Oh man, I'm all up in my head. I've got butterflies. Ooh, no. Because if you learn to associate love with actually feeling calm, you will learn that about all of the times that you have confused love with anxiety and that your body was actually trying to tell you something. This ain't love. Your body will always try to tell you. Anyway, you want to make yourself available to your partner. Be reliable, consistent, and trustworthy. And be reliable and consistent and trustworthy with yourself. Check in with your partner regularly. Be a reliable rock that your partner can turn towards and keep the promises to yourself, right? Like you make promises to yourself every day. Keep those. Be reliable to yourself. You're also going to want to set aside some time to communicate about how you feel in the relationship. How can you and your partner support each other? What do you need to be happy in the relationship? Are these things you ever have even talked about in your relationship? You're going to want to encourage your partner. Be the support net for your partner. Encourage and empower them in their goals and dreams. And be willing to walk away if your partner cannot meet your needs, and they need to be willing to walk away if you can't meet theirs. It takes two to tango. If you and your partner cannot come to a compromise to meet each other's needs, it might indicate that you are incompatible. Now, this does not mean that you will 100% meet each other's needs. That's impossible because we all have needs that we have to meet for ourselves and that another person cannot. So I'm talking about this on actually a narrower scope than all-encompassing. Anyway, understanding your attachment style can help give you insight into how to have deeper and more fulfilling relationships. When you take the steps to understand what you need in a relationship and communicate how you feel regularly, both partners can feel secure and supported. Relationships are a fulfilling part of life, and it helps to know you have someone encouraging to depend on. Now, these styles can also leak into platonic relationships as well. This isn't just about romantic. Your attachment style can kick in with any sort of trigger, whether it be at work or friendships or family. They can very much show up in platonic relationships. So the key to resolving these attachment styles is your awareness of them and how you tend to react within relationship. And I want to remind you of something really, really important. I want you to listen to this. You are not broken. You've been playing a program in your mind and body for years. It takes a lot of work to break this patterning. So I'd love to invite you to join the Heal Your Story community, which is my private Facebook group filled with empaths and sensitive souls coming together in a safe healing container. The link will be in the show notes. You can also learn about my one-on-one coaching sessions at HeidiDelaire.com, or if you can't spell that, just go to healyourstory.com. The link will be in the show notes as well. And in a few months, I'll be opening up my program offerings for a new healing program. It'll be a group coaching program. So sign up for the newsletter to stay in the loop. Again, the link to the newsletter will also be in the show notes. I'm sending you all lots of love and healing energy. Bye for now. Thank you for listening to another episode of Heal Your Story. Please subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen to podcasts. You can find me, my coaching services, my book, or book a Heal Your Story strategy session at HeidiDelaire.com. For other self-development articles, go to lovewideopen.com. And you can also follow me at Heidi Delaire or Love Wide Open on all social media channels. Thanks so much. Sending lots of love.